Friends, today, so the 1st October 2021, and 1st October has some good news and bad news. The news go like this for personal subscribers, personal individuals: 62% hike domestic gas. 62% hike domestic gas. New auto debit rules. Both these two take effect from 1st October 2021. That is for all the individual domestic individuals. And the head news are: Financial Express says NCLT directs G for extra general body meeting. Economic Times: Consider Invesco plea for EGM meeting. Mint: Tribunal orders G announce EGM by Sunday. Business Line: EGM, NCLT asks G to consider Invesco's plea. So coming to the news, here we have Financial Express says Invesco's demand, NCLT directs G to take steps for EGM. Domestic gas price up 62% to hit industries and consumers. And auto debit rules, new RBI's new auto debit rules setting today. So what are the new rules we see? With RBI's extended deadline coming to an end, there will be no automatic recurring payments for various services, including recharge and utility bills. As the additional factor of authentication, AFA, additional factor of authentication will become mandatory from Friday. So this is from 1st October. So we have an elaborate news on that also. And here Tribunal orders G to announce EGM by Sunday, the Mint says. And the story here so far is like this. The story that happened on 11th September, 22nd September, 23rd September and 29th September. And I read, the NCLT handed a win to G's top investor, Invesco, which is seeking the booster of Managing Director Puneet Goenka, citing mismanagement. So he is seeking booster of Puneet Goenka for mismanagement. On 11th September, Invesco writes its first letter to G, demanding the holding of an extraordinary general meeting, EGM. On 22nd September, G and Sony sign a non-binding agreement to merge. Sony will control 53% and G shareholders will own 47%. On 23rd September, Invesco faults the board for going ahead with the merger and not acknowledging its earlier demand for holding EGM. On 29th September, the investor drags G to the National Company Law Tribunal for not announcing a date to hold EGM. What next? G has to hold an EGM on or before 27th October. So 27th October till 27th October, there may be a time. Invesco owns 17.88% in G, Subhash Chandra 3.99%. All eyes are on how 78% shareholders will vote. So this is again the high news. to please highlight this. The people are waiting to see this. All eyes are on how 78% of shareholders will vote. Whether they will vote to boost Puneet Goenka or not, that is to be seen. Oh, this is the major news. And again, business line, we didn't find it important to be written on the first page, but it has given an elaborate twist in the second page, but it is covered in a small EGM. NCLT asked G to consider Invesco's plea. And on the second page, there is a great news for that. And now, coming to Min has given a quick edit. G, no save script. You see a small script is given. I will read this complete to you for a better understanding. Now I read. There is a fresh twist in the battle for G Entertainment Enterprises Limited, which had said it had a merger proposal from Sony Pictures Network India soon after two mutual funds with minority stakes in G suddenly pushed for a board reshuffle that aimed for its chief's booster. On Thursday, the National Company Law Tribunal upheld a demand made by the duo of Invesco Developing Market Funds and OGA Global China Fund for a special shareholder meeting to vote on its proposed resolutions, as they together hold nearly 18% in G, well above the 10% threshold needed for it. The NCLT ruled that G's board must do as it was asked. G's board must do as it was asked. Sony was seen as a white knight investor, as it would have let founder Subhash Chandra's son Puneet Goenka stay in charge of the company despite gaining a majority stake in the merged entity, which would instantly become a big force to reckon with our domestic arena of television fare. But with G required to test shareholder confidence in its leadership, even as its current board strives to seal its Sony deal, in whose hands it ends up is uncertain. What's clear is that a fight is on, and so nobody's script for its fate can be taken as a safe bet. So this is seen from me. And the today Economic Times, it says like this: consider Invesco's EGM call by October 3rd, NCLT to G board. NCLT to G board. So they have to consider, they have almost given a kind of order asking them to do that particular thing. So yesterday we were discussing this Aditya Birla subscription, and according to today's reports, it is stated that the Aditya Birla has been fully subscribed, and still with one day, that is today on hand, Aditya Birla's subscription is completed, and by tomorrow we will understand the oversubscription, whatever it may be, we can see. That is somewhere written. And we have some more IPOs coming up. IPOs is a very great news. We have some more IPOs. Once I will show you the IPO news. So one IPO is Global Health Limited, Medanta. And one more is also coming up. One more IPO we have. More IPO. Yeah, here it is. The other one IPO. You can see JM Financial. JM Financial Products Limited IPO. So this is closing today. Closes today. We will see how it has traded. We will see tomorrow. And the auto debit rules have a great effect on us. Auto debit rules have a great effect in the sense that we need not do anything but keep money ready so that the things can take as they go away. You will very clearly see. RBI's new auto debit rules to come into force today. The new norms are like this. The new norms are like this. I read. New norms. Banks will be required to inform customers in advance about recurring payment due, and the transaction would be carried following nod from the customer. The transaction would not be automatic but would be done after authentication from the customer. For recurring payments above 5,000, banks are required to send a one-time password to the customers. Maybe it eases the functionality of an individual. This is RBI's auto debit is coming to force. The same item is given in another circular like this. Personal finance, card payments, auto debit payments rules change from today. So, utility bills from October 1st for recurring payments of above rupees 5,000 and debit and credit cards, banks have to send an OTP besides a link containing bill details to the customer. This is what changed. What now? Is my bank ready? What about non-card payments? So the payments, I will read about the non-card payments. The payment card payments are like that, and the non-card payments are. There are many ways to automatically settle bills. Some customers use debit or credit card methods. Sometimes some use UPI and bill payment websites. Many use the bill payment facility or the net banking. The new RBI rules impact standing instructions for recurring payments on credit and debit cards, UPI and prepaid cards. The rules will not impact the standing instructions issued via your bank account. Therefore, your SIPs, EMIs or any other payments linked to net banking should continue to go through without any problem. You should watch out for any communication regarding this from your bank and get clarity on this. Just to be certain, you do not want to miss any important payments. So your payments will not be missing. That is the latest thing, and this is the greatest story. Because things are getting automatized and life is getting easy. So we should also transform accordingly to find out the necessary changes in life. Here the main is like this on the corporate section. Tribunal orders G to announce EGM by Sunday. By Sunday itself, they want the announcement. And the matter appears to be very hot. People are really interested to, I don't know, to push to pull the anchor. The case is very simple. Said Mukul Kahabki, one of the two counsels representing Invesco, my client believes the company is not running as smoothly as it should. This is a case of corporate democracy. Heavens will not fall if they call an EGM. Argued investors' second counsel, Janak Dwardas, let them call an EGM. They can convince shareholders in the meeting that these investors, that is Invesco, are the spoilers and so don't vote in their favor. But allow the shareholders to say, you are right, Mr. Goenka. So they are challenging Puneet Goenka to how the shareholders say, well, we are okay with you. No, we need Goenka. And the investors believe that they will be voted and Goenka will be invested. That is their belief. So EGM is urgently called for and they have started the direction of the NCLT. And we have to seek by this October end, I think things will be totally different and they will be, I don't know how they campaign, but there are, and one more thing, there are over 250,000 shareholders in G. We do not have the addresses of all those shareholders to send a notice. So it becomes impracticable for us to call for an EGM. Dwarka said. The arguments made by Invesco's counsel underlined the investors' displeasure with the G's owner. Invesco counsel said instead of acknowledging Invesco's letter demanding an EGM, G went ahead and structured a transaction with Sony Pictures Networks. Goenka will continue running the merged entity for 5 years. Our Invesco shareholding will dilute. But Goenka is assured of current shareholding of 3.99%. Goenka is sitting pretty. There is no adverse impact on him. We have invested over 5,000 crore in the company. We are worried. Our investment will go down the drain, said Dwarka. So this is the point of contention. Some more news. Business Line has many other news, but Business Line gives this news on the second page with great importance. NCLT asks G to positively test the Invesco's request to hold EGM. Invesco says it is fighting to give minority G holders a voice. So they are allowing a voice to the G holders. Invesco says it is fighting to give minority G shareholders a voice. Here, according to this, G says company has time till October 3rd to announce the date. Invesco's petition, call for EGM. Invesco G merger. Invesco's petition. Invesco had issued NCLT on Wednesday to compel G to hold the EGM. The counsel for Invesco argued that it was justified in petitioning the NCLT, stating that no indication had been made by G acknowledging Invesco's notices. Furthermore, before the petition to NCLT, no announcement of board meeting to decide on EGM had been made. In fact, according to Invesco's counsel, the petition galvanized G's board into action. So the petition only made G to take action. So otherwise he was sitting 30. So what we said, Goenka is sitting 30, no point, no trouble for him. So Ola electric raises over $200 million. More than 170 medical colleges have been set up since 2014 year. Auto debit rules change from today. Auto debit rules change from today. See the very big photo. India's quest for a road to centralize Asia. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar left with Tajikistan President Emomali Rahman right. Tajikistan Central Asia may want India as a counterweight to China, which has allegedly pledged $100 million so far to improve connectivity in Asia. And these two, Secretary Jaishankar and Tajikistan, man, all these people are having a very great meeting, and this is a very great photo. How to exit the paycheck to pay check roundabout? Make the most of upcoming online festive sales. On the Economic Times, I have highlighted this particular news. Ola Electric draws $200 million funding. The lenders approach RBI after 30,000 crore Shrey loans turned NPA. So 30,000 crore Shrey loans have already turned NPA. Bad loan goes. Yesterday we discussed about bad bank, and maybe this NPA may reach the depths of bad bank. And I read Shrey Infra and its immediate Shrey Equipment Finance together owe lenders and debenture holders 30,000 crore. Provisions are now increased to 439 crore from just 67 crore a year ago. In July, Shrey disclosed that RBI directed audit had flagged 8,576 crore of lending to probable related parties of the group. Let's see what takes place next. Aditya Birla fully subscribed by second day, and the third day is on. Fully subscribed by second day, third day is on, and there is also some news, and it's very good. is I will come from there. It is close. Valued at $3 billion, Ola Electric raises $200 million. Yeah, here it is. How this big news? Aditya Birla, Sun Life AMC IPO fully subscribed on second day. The news is very good and the various components of the IPO and I think some are still remaining and I think that will be closed by today. I read, please follow, understand. I read fully. The initial public offer of Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC was fully subscribed on the second day on Thursday. Rupees 2,768.25 crore initial share sale received bids for 2 crore 99 lakh 46,460 shares against 2 crore 77 lakh 99,200 shares on offer, translating into 1.08 times subscription. 1.08 times subscription according to an update on the NSE. The qualified institutional buyers category was subscribed 6%, non-institutional investors 40%, and retail individual investors 2 times. The initial public offer is 3 crore 88 lakh 80,000 equity shares. The equity share sale is entirely an offer for sale, wherein two promoters, Aditya Birla Capital and Sun Life India AMC Investments, will divest their stake in the asset management firm. The price range from the offer is rupees 695 to 712 per share. Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC on Tuesday said it has collected rupees 789 crore from anchor investors. Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC Limited, the investment manager of the Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, is a joint venture between Aditya Birla Group and Sun Life Financial Incorporated of Canada. So this will be highlighted for a minute or two for your special mention. You can understand how an IPO is subscribed. So friends, this is the news from Jalsa Ratnam today. We have covered 4 papers, Mint, Economic Times, Financial Express and Business Line. Thanks to the management for having allowed me for a fair cursory glance without inviting any corporate provisions. I am happy I could give you some news on the IPOs, domestic gas and on the tribunal news and everything. And so it is good that you learned all the financial news because we are entering into a 5 trillion market and that is a dream. And and that is also highlighted. I will just highlight it for a second and please follow. Yeah. So, dreaming. This is the dream. All people please know. India is entering, may enter, likely to enter. The people are willing to enter and make these headlines to the world. So, I may highlight this. Such investments, 5 trillion economy needs greenfield investments. Such investments depend on a more stable policy and regulatory framework than streamlining of procedures and digitalization of paperwork. Kindly have a full note of the link given here, and that will help you to understand the capital markets and how they take the market and the citizens and the investors and India to a 5 trillion economy, and into that dream of our country, let us away. This is Dilse Welcome, signing off. Have a pleasant day. Bye.